welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. Manny Garavito here, going live. Happy Thursday, everyone. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Adjust the camera just a little bit. All right. Hey, happy Thursday, Miami. Manny Garavito going live to talk to you and say what's up. How are you? How's your day going? Anything special happen in your life? Did anything good happen? Anything bad happen? Well, here's your 30-minute break where we go live and just talk about random things with the local community that loves to laugh. All right, and one of the things we're going to be talking about today was my recent visit over to Flanagan's Restaurant. Shout out to Flanagan's for being such a local favorite. But before we get into it, let's say what's up to the people on the chat. GoPro, FX, Sucre, Renair, Annika. All right, so in case you guys don't know, like Mastering Miami, which is a brand new person in the city of Miami, Flanagan's is the go-to restaurant chain in the city of Miami. All right, you go in there. You know what's great about Flanagan's? One thing that I really love when I walked in there, it's a family restaurant, but at the same time, it's also a place to get blackout drunk before you even go out to party, right? Flanagan's is just one of those places that the lighting, the TVs, anything that is being discussed around that big bar, like people just black out there. Flanagan's makes me feel safe if I ever plan on blacking out. Flanagan's feels like the go-to place. It's like, you know what? I wouldn't want to black out in any other bar other than Flanagan's. There's just a homely feeling about that restaurant chain. But if there's one complaint I have about Flanagan's is the fact that, how come there ain't no bread, man? I would go to a restaurant simply, I don't know about you guys, but I would go to a restaurant simply because of the bread they serve. Right? Like for me, the bread is probably one of the most welcoming things a restaurant can do because a restaurant doesn't know what you're going to order. Right? What's up, Steph? A restaurant has no idea what's going on when you show up and you sit down in one of their tables. The waiter or waitress has no idea if you're just going to sit down and just order a cup of water. They serve you bread. And that's a great way to say, look, I don't know what you're up to. I don't know if you're going to order anything or not, but you're here and now. Here's some bread, right? Sometimes I even forget that I'm going to have dinner on how good the bread is. I just sit down, I eat all the bread, and then when it's like, will you be having anything? I'm like, that's right, I completely forgot about dinner. Let me get your dessert menu. Can I take this dinner to go? I had enough bread. Yeah, I'm just here for the bread. Sometimes the bread is so good at a restaurant that all I want to do is like go there to eat the bread and then like leave a good tip to the waiter and be like, shh, no one has to know about this. Right? Don't you ever have that feeling? It's like, I wish I could just go to a restaurant, eat all their bread, and then just tip the waiter well and just be like, hey, no one has to know about me just eating all your bread up, man. Or even better, like here's a good tip. Go to your favorite restaurant that serves the best bread during Good Friday, eat up all their bread, and then when they say, will you be ordering? Be like, look, man, it's Good Friday. I can't eat meat, so I'm just good with the bread. All right? Sir, you can't do that here. What? Are you denying me my religion during Good Friday? Is that what we're doing? All right? You know that this is illegal. I cannot be denied service for my religion. Now leave me be before I order wine because that is the blood of my Lord, and it better be free. Oh, man. What's up, Cruising? Mocha, JMap, Martin. What's the best restaurant bread in Miami? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, local restaurants, I'm not quite sure who has the best bread. Based on experience, bread for me is one of the biggest indicators if I should go or not, because one of the things when you do when you go out to eat at a restaurant is you want immediate food. Like, I am so hungry. I don't want to wait 20 minutes. I want to eat it all right now. And then you just fill up on bread. And then when you don't even want to eat the rest of the dinner, be like, let me take this to go, right? So I think restaurant chains have your best intentions in mind. I think restaurant chains have the best bread. You really can't go wrong with restaurant chain bread because they know what they're doing. They know how to pull you in. They know what sells. Local restaurants, I've never been to a local restaurant that gives out bread right off the bat. I go to Red Lobster just on how good those cheesy biscuits are. Red Lobster cheddar biscuits they should be illegal. I think one of the biggest contributors to Red Lobster's success is the Cheddar Bay biscuits. If Red Lobster didn't have those cheddar biscuits, I don't think they would be a chain. I think they would just be a local restaurant in Boston or wherever there's a good, seafood chain or something like that. They probably wouldn't go past the Bay. But then once Red Lobster rolled out those cheddar biscuits, everybody was like, I'm going to go there just to eat that bread, man. And one cheddar biscuit is like 2,000 calories. They don't care. They don't care if your health is at stake. They know what it takes to bring you in. What better combination than dough, butter, and cheese? Just contributing to the health of America. One roll at a time. The biscuits at Red Lobster are so good, they sell them at Publix now. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know you can go over your freezer aisle and you just look for it and it's there? You can buy frozen Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. Right? You get full-on bread. That's right. Latin American, Cuban bread. I have yet to try. Well, I've eaten at Latin American, but they don't give you the bread right off the bat. They don't give you a tostada at a. No, I'm talking about free bread, where you sit down, the waiter greets you with a basket of warm bread, and if a restaurant ever greeted you with a basket of bread that's not warm, I would flip the table. What are you doing, man? What is this? Cold bread? Hell no. Let me speak to your manager. If I go to a restaurant and if the service is really bad, but the bread is good, I will still leave you a good review. Oh, the service was terrible, but you can't deny that bread, man. I'm going to leave a good Yelp review just on the bread alone. Right? I'll give you 5 stars. The service at this restaurant was horrendous, but thankfully the bread was served warm and in abundance. 5 out of 5 stars. You never know, man. Bread can make or break a restaurant, man. It really does. It really does its service, man. You know what I'm saying? I sometimes order from an Uber at a restaurant that serves bread and be like, yeah, make sure I get double the bread. Right? Or have you ever asked the waiter to put bread to go? I've done that shamelessly. Hey, man, can we get this to go? Also, let me get another serving of bread. And sometimes some of these waiters, they don't want to hook you up with extra bread. Be like, what are you doing, man? Does this cost you anything? Are you in the back baking this? Bring a whole bunch of bread, bro, to go. Are you in the back baking this? This doesn't cost you a cent. Bring a whole bunch of bread. As a matter of fact, let me get 5 baskets of bread. You hook me up, I hook you up. Oh, man. Bike says, sounds like Club 11. Lots of cheese and bread. Cold bread is a sin. Absolutely, Steph. Absolutely. I will leave a bad review if you serve cold bread. You can give me the most amazing service, right? The waiter's always filling up my glass. The waiter's always asking, can I get you guys anything else? Is there anything else I can get you? Is everything fine here? You guys doing okay? I will leave you 1 out of 5 stars. The service was amazing. The food was good, but they don't serve no bread, man. Or the bread was terrible. I would have left a better review, but this bread was cold. All right? Sup? Hook it up. What do you think this is? Huh? We're talking about getting free bread, not free shirts. Dude, just make the investment. You'll be going out with style. It's Divey says, oh, what's up? How are you? Welcome. Ellie, welcome. Harpy, can't be Josh. Steph says, yes, they do. It's free. All right, I'll go over to Latin America and try out their pan con tostada. I didn't know it was free. All right, so let's go on over here to the chat, everybody. I mean, to the website. For those watching on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's go here. I read this. The reason I got this idea for a podcast is because over here on insider.com, that's when you know you're in times of peace. When the headlines in a newspaper says, the most delicious free bread you can get at 8 restaurants chain, it'd be like, peacetime. So according to insider.com, says that these restaurant chains have the best bread that you can get. And of course, they add Red Lobster as the first one. You always know you got the best bread if they serve it at a Publix, right? If your local grocery store serves the bread, or you can buy the bread at a local grocery store, that bread is amazing. Because you can easily put how to make the bread at home online, and then the people that own these restaurants chains like, dude, just sell it to them, right? But it's never the same, because if I buy frozen Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits and I put it over in the oven back at my house, it ain't gonna come out as good. It's gonna come out all flat, right? And that's the thing. These guys over at these guys over at Red Lobster, they think they're slick, because you can only get the best Cheddar Bay biscuits at the restaurant itself, and then if you get the frozen ones and you put it in your oven, they come out all flat and chewy. It's like, this ain't the same. They're trying to prevent you from figuring it out, right? It's either you go to our restaurants and you get the fresh baked ones, or you go to your freezer aisle and you get the bootleg ones, okay? We're trying to beat any competition that releases the recipes online. Whoever put Panera Bread on this thing should be fired. There's no way this is good journalism. The Panera Bread? No, it's not. The bread at Panera is fast food style. There's no way that they're supposed to be on the list. There are a few beautiful places on this earth where you can order your bread heavy meal with a free side of bread. Panera Bread is one of those places. Most entries come with this free bread. No way. All right, Olive Garden. Now we're talking. Olive Garden, when it comes to the bread, I gotta admit, man, this bread right here, they're really on to something. Because the bread over at Olive Garden, they serve it long, but it's not a lot. So you can't really get full out of it. The only way you can get full out of Olive Garden bread is if you eat it all by yourself. And I'm talking about like the whole thing. Like if you're sitting with your whole family and they don't get any. That's the only way you'll ever get full off an Olive Garden bread, because they're in small amounts. But when they serve them, I like how they wrap them up in a napkin like it's a newborn baby. That's how you know that they care about the bread. All right, they treat that thing with kindness, and they serve it to you like it was born out of your mother's womb, right? The bread at Olive Garden, they wrap it up in this napkin like it's a newborn baby, and they give it to you like you gave birth to it. You know, that's what I like about that bread, man. It's just delicious. It's a delicious combination of length, butter. It's just enough with the salt, okay? And it doesn't get you full. So that's the good thing about Olive Garden. They understand that you don't want to get full off the bread. It's Divey says it sucks. I'm about to block you off this chat, Divey. There's no way. How are you going to make fun of my little brother that way? You're making fun of my child. Cheesecake and Red Lobster bread is the best. You know, I was just about to get to Cheesecake Factory. The thing about the bread over at Cheesecake Factory is that it's so good that they also serve it at your grocery store. I've walked down Publix and I've seen Cheesecake Factory bread, and I'm telling myself that's how you know this is 5 out of 5 bread. Again, when it's at your grocery store. That means that whatever they're doing in the back, whatever they're baking has got to be so good that is in demand without having to go to the restaurant. The Cheesecake Bread Factory is so good that they give you options. They're like, you either want the white bread or you want the brown bread with the oatmeal on top. Okay? That's how now that is good service when you got options on your bread. Do you want pumpernickel or do you want white bread? And we're giving you butter on the side. So you get to pick and choose whatever you want. So shout out to Cheesecake Factory for giving us an option when it comes to getting the bread. All right, next up, Texas Roadhouse. They're legendary, are they? I've never eaten at a Texas Roadhouse. Oh, I think I have. I don't remember eating any of their bread, though. I would have to say pass on this one because I've never tried it. I'm not sure. Cracker Barrel. All right, so the Cracker Barrel biscuits, I gotta admit, they're so good. I like those. I like the biscuits over at Cracker Barrel, but I always get a weird feeling whenever I go to a Cracker Barrel because of the fact that you just feel like a racist in there. You know what I mean? Like, I know they're not. All right, let me just go ahead and make a disclaimer. But just the way they promote themselves, and when you walk in and they've got a gift shop and then you go in the back and then there's a restaurant and be like, what is going on here, man? Why are they selling rocking chairs? It's almost like you can buy anything that seems mildly racist over at a Cracker Barrel. You buy this rocking chair, you get a double-barreled shotgun, 50% off. Now you can stand outside. Now you can sit outside your Porsche knowing you're secure and safe. The way it's supposed to be. Stand your ground. Cracker Barrel, don't forget to try the biscuits. Cracker Barrel gives you a wonderfully diverse pack of bread to choose from. They fill your table with unlimited biscuits and corn muffins, plus butter and jelly to top them off with. Yeah, Cracker Barrel will bring up your cholesterol. Just don't forget to ask for it to cut down the food waste. Oh, you got to ask for it? Hell no. I knew it. I knew there was something off here because when I read this, I was like, an assortment of Cracker Barrel. Just don't forget to ask for it. To cut down on food waste, this standard bread service must be requested as per the Cracker Barrel's website. All right, life hack. Life hack, everybody. If you ever go to a Cracker Barrel, you go in there and you demand your assortment of carbs. All right, and you demand it. I don't know, should you demand it with that Southern Belle style? You know? Should you demand it gentlemanly like? Excuse me, I'd like to order the assortment of breads from the Cracker Barrel, please. Thank you very much, madame. Truly appreciate it. Or do you order it with the Southern attitude? You goddamn right, I want some bread. Give me that assortment, girl. Quit playing. All right. There you go, guys. Life hack. Order the bread. But that doesn't seem welcoming, man. They don't tell you that. You know, a waiter or waitress won't be like, hey, do you want do you want bread with that? Do you want bread? I've never remembered them asking me that. So now I gotta ask for it. So then I would probably like be passive aggressive if I ever have to order bread instead of them, Cracker Barrel. Be like, yeah, I'll go ahead and have Grandpappy's omelet. Will there be anything else? I don't know. Will there be anything else? Ain't you forgetting something? I would like my assortment of breads, please. This is definitely coming off your tip. There's no way in hell you just made me order the bread from this restaurant. Now you're making me feel like I'm taking advantage of this restaurant. Now I'm in an awkward position. No, bring the bread anyway. Oh, man, Cindy, what's up? Official Daniel. Bro, you know I've never eaten at Cooper's Hawk. I've never eaten at Cooper's Hawk restaurant. There's one nearby, but the thing is, like, Cooper's Hawk doesn't really sound appetizing. It's a wine bar, right? It's a wine restaurant. But Cooper's Hawk sounds like a guy named Cooper and his hawk owns the business. It's like, I think I walk in and I'm going to see, like, deer mounts on the wall and, like, stuffed birds everywhere. I don't want to eat around that. Hey, come to Cooper's Hawk restaurant. The name is not appetizing at all, man. It feels like a feather is going to be, when they serve me the food, a feather is going to be on it. Oh, yeah, Cooper's Hawk in the back is over there flying around, just leaving feathers all over the food. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know that one. I know that one Doral stuff. I know. I got to go check it out. All right. The name never made me intrigued to check it out, but all right, I will. All right, here's one that I can definitely get by. And for those watching on YouTube, look at this. Look at this photo. This looks like a crime scene. The Outback Steakhouse honey wheat Bushman bread. Why can't you just call it honey wheat bread? Why you got to add Bushman to it? Because there's a knife through this thing. It's soft yet crunchy. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though this bread is good, this photo kind of depicts a little bit of violence. Why you got to stab it like that? Because of the color of this bread? Huh? This is such a violent photo. This looks like something you see on Forensic Files. The murder weapon was left inside the body. Yes, their brown loaf of bread has a real name. This bread perfectly balances sweet and savory, soft on the inside, crispy on the outside. This bread doesn't even need butter. Plus, but you're going to put it anyway, huh, America? You know you're going to do it. Plus, you got a loaf of it impaled on a giant knife, so you get to cut slices as big as you like and also feel kind of cool out of it. Now, if I was a gentleman of color and somebody served me brown bread with a knife through it, I'd be like, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Do you serve bread like this to everybody? Yes, sir. It's our signature way of serving the honey wheat Bushman bread. I feel threatened, all right? I feel like I need to go on social media about this. Please leave it right there. I need to take a photo about this. This is a violent-looking photo. Put a knife through that brown bread. All right, here we go. Is this the last one? No, we still got one more. Cheesecake Factory's brown bread is... Why is there a racial connotation to this bread all of a sudden? The restaurant gives you a complimentary bread basket with brown and white bread, and we all know which one you're truly here for. The brown bread is super soft and topped with... All right, well, there you go. The brown bread trumps the white bread over at Cheesecake Factory. We don't discriminate here at the Cheesecake Factory. Everybody loves cheesecake. And we're going to give you carbs on top of carbs. How big is the Cheesecake Factory menu? It's so long, I get overwhelmed on what I got. I don't know what to eat, man. They got everything. Cheesecake Factory is like the Walmart of restaurants. We got it all. You want pastas? We got it. You want chicken wings? You damn right we got it. You want soups? You want salads? You want Mediterranean? We got it all. The Cheesecake Factory menu looks like a novel, right? You just read the whole thing. You just feel like you were in, the story. I feel like the Cheesecake Factory novel should win a Pulitzer Prize and should win like the American Reader's Choice Awards over at Reader's Digest. Right, like in the front of a Cheesecake Factory, you got the logo. Bestseller. Best-selling novel in America. The Cheesecake Factory menu. Yes, it's so long I get annoyed. You just confirmed my dinner for tonight. Hey, any way I can help, Self-Worth? You go out there and you get your bread. And I don't mean money. If you can't get enough, you can also buy the Cheesecake Factory's famous brown bread at supermarkets. That is correct. And I am a consumer. Let's see. Last but not least, right on time too. Carrabba's. All right, shout out to Carrabba's. And I know why. I know why they put Carrabba's in the end, because Carrabba's will give you a little dish with olive oil, herbs, and pepper and salt so that you can dip your bread into that delicious oil of goodness. Now, and not only that, but it's also served warm and already pre-sliced for you. All right? Shout out to all the restaurants out there that will slice the bread for you before serving it. Oh, you are an angel. I don't got to go here and rip open this bread with a knife, making me feel like I'm committing a crime, or using my dirty COVID-infested hands in Florida to open up a bread, right? I just use two little fingers, my thumb and index, to grab up a slice. I feel that no wonder it's at an Italian restaurant. I feel fancy as hell grabbing a slice of that bread, dipping it in there with my eyebrows up like this, right? making me feel fancy as hell. And they serve it. I mean, and they took this photo with a glass of wine because you feel fancy eating that, man. Shout out to Carrabba's. Carrabba's Italian Grills bread and dipping oil is elegant and tasty. I knew it. Elegant is the word. You can go in there feeling like you're the richest person at Carrabba's eating that bread, even though that's probably all you're eating from the whole menu. Would you like anything else, sir? The bread is enough? I've already spent enough. This Italian chain gives you a slice of loaf bread and a tasty herb seasoning olive oil to dip it in. While the bread alone is your average bread, don't you dare talk about my bread, my elegant bread like that. How dare you? The dipping oil takes it to the next level. Indeed it does. You're right. You're right. Injiki, what's up? Jaina, Valdemar. All right, everybody. I think we've got our jokes for the day. We also got our video recording for the day. We're going to be making an edit out of this. Thank you all very much for contributing to today's Miami Comedy Podcast. Now, to get down, if you guys want to support, all right, if you get down with the podcast, I'm wearing it right now. I don't even know why I'm showing you this. I got it on. Get yourself a Miami Comedy shirt, all right? 11 shirts left. This is the one in pink, feeling fly in it, and this is the one in blue, all right? There's only, I believe the last time I counted, 11 shirts left. Not all sizes are available, but there's some left, and pretty soon we're going to be announcing the brand new design that you guys will vote for once I put it up on Instagram stories. If you also want to support the podcast, go to miamicomedy.com/YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because that is where you get the full experience of the show. Miami, thank you very much for being a part of this podcast community. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Friday, 4 o'clock. Remember, Friday nights we do the 4 o'clock slot because I'm busy in the afternoon. And then Saturday we do the late night slot at 10:30 p.m. All right? Have a great Thursday, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Go eat that bread. Go out there and enjoy.